So is the coaching industry overcrowded? I recently got this quote from one of the members of my mastermind. The massive influx of coaches since COVID started has completely changed the rules of the game. Literally tens of thousands of people are now calling themselves a coach who weren't a couple of years ago. And that figure is growing. So you better be ready for some hard work and to get help, because otherwise you're wasting your time. But it is doable if you're utterly committed, prepared to work really hard, and you're very patient. And she wanted to know, do you think this has really changed a lot since COVID? You know, how much competition do we think we have? Okay, so here's the deal. I hear a quote like this every year or two. There are so many coaches. There's tons of people who've come into coaching. There's a lot of coaching companies. Yeah, that's probably true. There are probably more coaches out there than there were a couple of years ago. And the truth is that most coaches are journeyman coaches. They're mediocre at best. This is not a beef on coaches. It's just the way the coaching industry trains people. The ICF, the other coaching organizations, they train people for competency. And I want to say that again. They train people for competency. They want to make sure coaches are competent. Nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that they exist. I'm glad they have standards by which they decide what people are competent. But the truth is, the very best coaches will and will continue to remain in high demand. The reason is that 45 minutes spent with a journeyman coach is vastly different than 45 minutes spent with a really powerful coach whose way of showing up, whose intention, whose style is truly unique. If you are simply running life wheels, 360 reviews, basic accountability, it's going to keep getting harder and harder. That part of the market is going to get commodified, just like everything else. You know, a journeyman massage therapist, a journeyman tattoo artist, a journeyman lawyer, right? If you're at that level of the journeyman, you're always going to struggle. It doesn't matter what profession that you're in. Maybe there was a time where you could just show up and like do a life wheel and people were blown away by it. But the truth is that the best coaches will and will always remain in high demand. So if you're a journeyman coach, first of all, most journeyman coaches don't realize it. They don't even know that that's what they're doing. They just think they're doing what's necessary. They're sort of, doing whatever's required. They're going through the motions. Then if you realize you're that kind of coach, great. You have an opportunity. The opportunity is to change that about yourself. If you are a great coach and working really hard to be truly unique, to be the best coach you can possibly be, not by asking the question, am I any good, which is the question of a journeyman coach, but how good can I get? How can I show up and take the decisive action? How can I work with the very best teachers and trainers? How can I do the work on myself to show up powerfully day in and day out for my clients? So I'm unconditionally believing in their possibility. You're going to be fine. So don't worry about it. Quotes like this, which was probably pulled from a marketing of a website, are all designed to act on your fear, on your like, oh no, I'm not going to get clients, so I better like sign up for this program. And I don't sell that way. The best coaches I know don't sell that way. The thing I build my mastermind on, the thing I sell to my clients is not, just enough coaching to do, chief. It's the very best coaching I can offer. I'm going to leave everything on the mat to serve you as a client. And that's the same way I work with my mastermind. Let's leave everything on the mat. Right? The year, the 6 months we spend together, whatever it is, that's a launching point, for you to go out and multiply whatever your investment is. Not because I'm trying to help you become, pretty good. I really want you to become the very best coach you possibly can. So long story short, if you're just trying to do the bare minimum, if you're just trying to get by, if you don't want to transform your relationship to time, to money, to clients, to your own work, then yeah, you're going to struggle. I mean, that's how everyone does. They all struggle. But if you're willing to take that extra step and truly transform how you show up to your coaching practice, truly transform how you show up to your clients, truly transform the way you relate to your business and your life, you're going to be fine. And that's the work of great coaching. That's the work of changing people's life. That's why most people actually get into coaching in the first place. So if that's where you are and that's where your focus is, and you can find good teachers, you're going to be just fine. Don't worry about the coaching industry being too crowded. Thank you so much.